Hey, friend. Nice to see you again. Welcome back to QALM. It's Carla Carrasco. And today's practice, we will be honoring the upcoming summer solstice, which in the Northern Hemisphere lands on this coming Saturday, June 20th. And then our friends in the Southern Hemisphere are gearing up for a winter solstice. And two of my most precious humans reside in the Southern Hemisphere right now. So it's a spiritual way we can connect together on opposite ends. So yes, so astronomically, the summer solstice is considered, it's the longest day with the shortest period of darkness. So this really is a moment to recognize this cycle in life of a period of brightness that's here, the most brightness that's happening. So, as humans, what I've noticed is that we often mimic nature cycles, maybe not exactly at the same time, and sometimes at the same time, but our life is definitely cyclical, whether it's us like this way or this way. We experience these periods of highs and periods of lows. We experience periods of intense darkness followed by the light, or reverse. We have these really bright periods followed by a period of darkness. And what we can truly understand and embody about cycles is their impermanence and their flow and how they're constantly shifting and moving. And so we will always experience periods of growth and expansion and flourishing, followed by transitional periods of transformation and then renewal where we have to regenerate ourselves. So I I just really appreciate that knowing. And because this is like a mid year, the last solstice we had was at the winter 6 months ago. So for me, this is a great time to honor this midpoint and just really pause, breathe, and reflect on what has gone on. Often we just go through life and boom, boom, what's today? What's the next moment? And just everything's really fast and fast forward. Life just keeps going, going, going. And I think it's just so important to just stop and recognize what has gone on, acknowledge challenges, acknowledge wisdom that has come from these challenges or newness, or celebrate ourselves, whatever, in whichever way possible, and not just skip over it. And when we skip, we're just missing out a lot on a lot of the beauty and the magic that fully surrounds us at any given moment. Um, this is also resembling how one season is ending and another one is beginning. We had the darkness from the winter where it hit its peak at the winter solstice and then it became more light. And so here we are at the peak, this coming up this Saturday of the light, which will be followed again with another cycle where again the light begins to decline and we are going into darker days, which isn't to be a negative. It just is part of the cycle and so necessary, for the entire cyclical process. So today's meditation and practice will be a lot of reflection. So this is a really good practice for those of you who do like to journal. I appreciate journaling because then I can reflect back too of like, oh, yeah, I did accomplish that. Um, Often when our life changes, we just become the new normal is whatever is presented in front of us and we forget. One of my biggest things is I started these meditations 4 months ago. So at the winter solstice, this was just, I remember writing down that I wanted to do this and that this is one of the things that I wanted to grow. And here it is. And it's, for me, that's huge. And so at the end of this meditation, or at the bottom of this video, I will be posting the reflective questions that we go through. And so that you can really pause and go back and write down what is coming up for you, if that's what feels best for you. Of course, you know me, you do what you want. I'm not the one to tell people what to do because I don't like being told what to do. So these are all just simple suggestions. Remember, if nothing resonates or what resonates, take what works and toss out the rest of it. So, yes, so with that, let's begin. Let's begin to get in our comfortable positions, whichever one we are going to choose for today, whichever one supports us best, whether it be sitting up fully, being reclined, or even laying down. And just beginning to tune in to our breath, our most amazing tool that we possess. Noticing the air that comes in through the nose and also the air exiting the body. And keeping in mind if we would like to encourage a more balancing of our nervous system and calming, we always breathe in and out of the nose. Sinking into the surface beneath us. Perhaps getting pillows to prop and support areas that are needing a little extra support for today. Either gently closing the eyes, or you can keep them open. If you keep them open, gaze at a fixed, unmoving spot. Releasing any tensions that you're noticing in your face, around the eyes or jaw. Relaxing your neck and shoulders. Relaxing any part of the torso, hips, or legs. And seeing if you can slow down the breath even further. Taking longer, slower, and deeper breaths. Spiritually, this period of time, this summer solstice, is connected with illumination and vitality, abundance, growth, gratitude, and reflection. We are specifically reflecting on what has come to fruition since winter. It's this beautiful moment of connecting with the external light of the sun, with the internal light of the self. So let's begin by engaging in our first breath pattern of a 4x6, where we will inhale for 4 seconds, followed by a pause at the top of the inhale, exhale for 6 seconds with a brief hold at the end of the exhale before repeating our pattern. So to begin, let's take a nice deep inhale in and exhale completely. And inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, pause. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, pause. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, pause. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, pause. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, pause. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, pause. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, pause. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, pause. Let's release the count, allowing your own natural rhythmic breath to come back on. And in this moment, we're going to acknowledge and reflect deeper into this cycle of growth, expansion, flourishing, transition, transformation, and renewal. So, first, we'll begin with growth. And I feel it would be safe to say that most of us, if not all of us, have experienced one or more challenges since the winter solstice. So, for a moment, allow yourself to reflect on one of those challenges. And for this practice, just choose one. And again, remembering to be gentle and kind with yourself. You don't have to pick your biggest challenge that you faced unless you feel confident, do so. Otherwise, pick one that's more mild. And I'm going to ask some reflective questions throughout this practice. And remember to trust what automatically comes through. Immediately, what shows up after the question is asked. Even if it's words that you see with your mind or hear with your mind, or perhaps it's images, just pay attention. So before I ask the first question, let's take a nice deep inhale in and exhale completely. Show me or tell me what has grown within me because of this challenge. Perhaps it can be patience, compassion, strength, resilience, trust. What has grown within me because of this challenge? Let's take another nice deep inhale in and exhaling completely. Who or what showed up for me during this time? What support was available to me? Who offered kindness, encouragement, help, or even simply their presence? In this moment, allow yourself to acknowledge these people or resources or even your own inner strengths that helped carry you through this challenging moment. And remember, you can always pause this video if you need more time to sit with one of these questions. And we will now move into expansion. Before I ask the questions, let's prepare by taking a nice deep inhale in And exhaling completely. Show or tell me where I've stretched beyond my comfort zone. Perhaps you started a new project or endeavor. Maybe you had difficult conversations or set boundaries. Perhaps you asked for help or learned a new skill, or simply just kept moving forward when you weren't sure you could. So before the next question, let's take a nice deep inhale in and exhaling completely. Show or tell me what I'm capable of now that I may not have known before. What am I capable of now that I may not have known before? Let's gently move into flourishing. Let's take a nice deep inhale in and exhaling completely. Show or tell me what is thriving, strengthening, or becoming more established in my life. Again, show or tell me what is thriving, strengthening, or becoming more established in my life. Sometimes it can be a challenge to think of how you're thriving after or during a moment of challenge. So perhaps you're learning or establishing a new practice or a quality within yourself. Perhaps it's a new perspective or a deeper sense of trust. Maybe you're creating boundaries for the first time ever or enforcing them more. Perhaps your resilience is strengthening and growing. And it could even be a new relationship to yourself or to another, or even just a willingness to keep showing up, or perhaps your capacity to ask for help and actually receive. And let's transition into transformation. Let's take a nice deep inhale in and exhale completely. Show or tell me what is changing within me. Who am I becoming? Let's shift into renewal and stepping into your light, just as the sun at the summer solstice steps into its most brightest version of itself. So, the summer solstice is an invitation to be seen. It's about time to stop hiding parts of yourself, to express your authenticity, and to share your unique gifts with the world. We all have unique gifts. And now is the time more than ever for us to gather the information, the clarity, the knowledge, and the courage to step into the greatest version of ourselves. And this is often where we encounter our shadow side, fears of judgment, all these old stories that come back into our existence, our limiting beliefs, these patterns that we just do without even knowing we do them, our fears of failure, and even fears of success. So, for a moment, let's allow ourselves to set all of those fears aside. Let's take a nice deep inhale in and exhale completely. Show or tell me what gift, strength, or truth I'm ready to express more fully. What would become possible if I allowed myself to share it? And let's move into a closing breath pattern of a 6 by 6 continuous resonant breath, where we will inhale for 6 seconds and exhale for 6 seconds. So, to prepare, let's take a nice deep inhale in and exhale completely. And inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And release the count. And let's allow everything from today's practice to just settle within you in this moment. Beginning to notice your body and the space around you. And as you move back into life, may you remember this light within you. May you trust what's growing within you. May you honor what is shifting. And may you step forward with greater authenticity and presence. Waking up your body, moving your wrists and your hands and your ankles and your toes. Giving yourself a nice big stretch. And thank you so much, friend, for showing up and practicing and being present. I truly appreciate you. And yeah, if you would like to know more about my practices, I do distance work online through Zoom or the phone. If something came up today that you would like to possibly work through or you're curious more about, I can definitely help with any clarity or helping to move forward with goals. So you can find me at carlacarrasco.com. And yeah, I hope you have a wonderful, beautiful, blessed day and happy summer solstice. All right, friend. Love you so, so much. Sending you the biggest hug and kiss and so much love. And I look forward to seeing you next time.